Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Mercedes and this is the Frugal Life with Mercedes. So I kind of been contemplating doing this video, but I think that it's time. I am low income. Now I understand that people have a preconceived notion of what low income looks like, but I am technically low income. I live in the state of Virginia. The median income for the state of Virginia is $65,000. So to be low income, you have to make 80% of the median income. To be very low income, you have to make 50% of the median income. I make somewhere between 50 and 80% of the median income. So I'm somewhere between very low income and low income. So that's what it is. And Virginia is a very expensive state. But people will think like, oh, well, you could get a better job, or you could do this, you could do that. And that's true to a certain extent. But I do home health care. And home health care is not valued financially the way that it should be. Now, I could go and get a degree and become a nursing assistant or something like that. And I'm sure some people will see this as an excuse, but I genuinely like my job. I've talked about that. I serve clients that are special needs adults, and essentially I teach them life skills and I help keep them in their homes as long as possible before they have to transition into a more permanent group home sort of situation. And I don't really talk about my work very much because due to HIPAA, I can't really disclose a lot. That's pretty much all I can disclose, is that I have clients that I take care of that are severely handicapped adults. And I've been doing that for a really long time. That's pretty much all I've ever done. And as a result, I am a low income earner. But I paid off over $50,000 worth of debt. And at the time, I was making $9 an hour. So when I tell you that if I could do it, anybody can do it. Virginia is very expensive. I've done videos on how expensive Virginia is. I literally made $9 an hour and paid off $50,000 in debt. I did not get money from my parents. I was married for some of that. Didn't get any money from him. Didn't get any money from the government. I paid it off. Now, that's my situation. I don't have any children. I've also discussed before that I had a reliable car. I'm in good health. I had no medical emergencies that came up. I'm young. At the time when I started paying it off, I was in my mid-20s. And it took a long time. Now, so I made $9 an hour when I started this, and now I make $16 an hour. That's all I make, guys. I make $16 an hour, which for me, that's better than the 9. But it taught me valuable lessons about money. That's why I make these videos. So I'm trying to think of how to word this. So I was making $9 an hour and I accumulated debt. And if you go back and watch my videos, you'll see that I had like a little bit of student loans and a car loan. And then I had a very traumatic romantic experience. And I racked up a bunch of credit card debt due to that experience because I didn't have any money put away because I was putting all my eggs in this guy's basket that I shouldn't have been. Life lesson. And that's how I got credit card debt. So I decided to start paying it off and be debt free. But for some people, it's not that quick, because you will see people that are like, oh, I paid off X amount of dollars in 15 months. But if you make a low income, it's not going to happen that quick. I'm trying to think how long it took me to pay off all my debt. It was like 6 or 7 years. So for 6 or 7 years, I was, I had rent, I had a car payment, I had all my debts, I had to feed myself, I had car insurance. but I just slowly whittled away at it little by little by little and didn't accumulate any more debt, which did help. And the debt was, like I said, it was 2 different credit cards, student loans. I think I had like 3 or 4 student loans, but they were like small, and a line of credit, and 2 cars, because in the midst of this I had a car that was almost paid off. It was a used car. It was only a couple $1,000s, but I almost had it paid off, and I was in a car accident, and so then I had to get another car. So that's 2 cars. So I want to say it was like $53,000 or something like that. Something crazy. Like, that's a lot of money for somebody that's making $9 an hour. And then at some point I started making $12 an hour, like in the middle of this. So the very beginning it was like $9 an hour, and then it was like $12 an hour. And I didn't get help from anybody. Now, if you've been with my channel a really long time, you know that I lived with my parents for, was it 3 years or 4 years during the pandemic after I got divorced. But what a lot of people might not realize is I moved in with my parents May 1st of 2020. Wait, was it May 1st? Yeah, May 1st of 2020. And then I got out of debt July 1st of 21. So only like a year of that was I living with my parents. So my expenses were less. So that really, really helped, because I was able to throw even more money to the situation. But you also have to remember that I was going through a divorce, and you know, divorces can be expensive. So I had to like set aside money for that. Plus we were in a pandemic, and I work in the medical field. And so there was always this looming, am I going to lose my job? So that's like neither here nor there. But when I tell you that I've been there, I've been there. And I am still a low-income worker. And in all seriousness, if I was not with my partner, I would not be in this apartment, because I couldn't afford this apartment by myself. And I think people feel shame about that, and they shouldn't. I am debt-free besides a car, which I'm paying off early. I have no other debts other than that. But because of my income and where I live, I couldn't have an apartment. I would still be living with my parents, which there's nothing wrong with that. Luckily, Brandon does pretty good. He does all right. And so together we do really good. But like me by myself as an individual, I am low income. And there are so many, like I said, so many assumptions about low income and what low income should look like. And this is what low income looks like. It looks like me. And I'm sure a lot of you probably didn't assume that I was. And you can be low income and you can be smart with money. You can be low income and be an intelligent person. You can live in a nice place. You can keep it clean. You know what I mean? There's all these preconceived notions of what low income looks like. And there's also these thoughts that you can't pay off debt because I only make XYZ. Yes, you can. And something I kind of want to throw in there, I was working full-time as a home health care attendant. I also had a part-time job as a home health care attendant. I also was cleaning houses. To pay off my student loans, I was scrubbing other people's toilets. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I was busting my butt to pay off my student loans and then my credit card and my car. And I worked really, really hard. And I was also babysitting. I was doing all those things because I was so dedicated to paying off debt. And so, but for some people that's like never going to be enough, and that's okay. Do you know what I mean? If somebody thinks that I didn't work hard enough, or I don't work hard enough, or if I did this or this or this, I would make more money. Money is not the only goal here, guys. Like, I want to be happy, and I am. I'm a happy low-income worker. I have all my needs met and I do okay. And would it be nice if I made a little bit more money? It would, but it also challenges you to appreciate things. So, yeah, so I just wanted to let you guys know I'm a low-income worker and I paid over $50,000 worth of debt by busting my butt. And if I can do it, you guys can do it. And never let anybody put you down for being a low-income person, or say that you're not low-income enough, or your car is too nice, your house is too nice, your appearance is too nice, you couldn't be low-income. Because anybody that would say that or think that is ignorant, and we don't listen to those kinds of people. Because I've had people say things to me, and they were wrong. And nobody else gets to decide my worth or your worth. We do. We set the value of our worth. And so that's why I'm proud to say I'm a low-income worker. But I love my job, and I'm happy, and all my needs are met. All my needs are met. And I am blessed and fortunate. So I hope that you guys got something out of that. Pay off that debt. Start small. Do what you can. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Don't be helpless. Don't be hopeless. Okay, guys. Until next time. Bye.